Today on the channel, via Grapplers and Gimmicks, we got a double dose of Mike Shaw characters with Friar Ferguson and the one and only Bastion Booger.
And the spirit of Ultimate Warrior will run forever!
Welcome everyone, Kyle here, back again with another retro wrestling Grapplers and Gimmicks unboxing and review. And today on the channel we got a double dose of Mike Shaw characters with Friar Ferguson and Bastion Booger. But for all your Grapplers and Gimmicks needs, hit the link in the description of this very video. Head over to Hastel Toy, pick these two up, both available right now. And two characters in the long line of characters from one Mike Shaw. Started in Calgary all the way to WWE and all points in between, I guess what we'll say. And I would say Bastion Booger is probably his most famous gimmick. After that, possibly Norman the Lunatic, maybe. And then Friar Ferguson's in the mix. And Maka Singh, once upon a time as well. He's had a few gimmicks over the years, but I think most people remember Bastion Booger. That was the biggest stage with the longest reign, possibly. You guys chime in on your thoughts. Personally, for me, Norman the Lunatic, or maybe even Trucker Norm, probably my favorites over the years when I was a little kid. But it is very cool to get two figures of him today, and we'll do some comparisons later on in this video. But of course, we're going to do this video like we do all the other videos on the channel. We're going to take a look at the packaging, we're going to talk about it, we're going to unbox it, we're going to talk about it, we're going to see where it goes from there. And where do we start? Let's start with Friar Ferguson. Why not? We've never had a Friar Ferguson figure. I don't think we're ever going to have another one either. Very cool, a moment in time if there ever was one. I mean, only a couple of weeks, maybe something like that. Based on the Friar Tuck character from Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, one of your all-time favorite movies. You love the Canadian Bryan Adams, too. The summer of '69 never ends with Todd McFarlane on the couch. But Friar Ferguson didn't set my world on fire, nor did Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves, once upon a time. I just cringe whenever I hear that movie because I always think of that Bryan Adams song. And it was on MTV all the time. It was channel change immediately for me as a kid. Hate that song to this day. A lot of people love it for whatever reason. They're all wrong, but they do. Todd from the couch, it's on his iPad. Or your iPod, sorry. Your iPod? They still got those? I still got one too. I don't use it. I should. Fire up that old iPod. Anyways, enough jibber jabber. Let's dive into the Friar Ferguson here. Grapplers and Gimmicks right there. Big, beautiful picture image of him. You got the figure itself, and then it says, the Friar Flattener is his finisher. And I'm pretty sure it was kind of like an earthquake, like squash, kind of smash kind of thing. He would kind of sit on the guy. I'm pretty sure that's what that was. But looking good here. 18 and up, of course. You 17-year-olds, you can't handle the Friar. You do got the jibber jabber down low. We'll read that here in a second. A little bit of the cross sell, a little QR code. What's it say about the good Friar? Mike Shaw took a dramatically different turn as Friar Ferguson, portraying a strange and unsettling character that blurred the line between dark humor and discomfort. With an eerie presence and deliberate mannerisms, he fully committed to a role that was meant to provoke strong reactions from the audience. And I think a lot of Friars were offended. That's why it didn't go so far. While the character was short-lived, Friar Ferguson remains a curious and talked about moment in Shaw's career. It stands as another example of his willingness to take creative risks and embody unconventional personas that fans still remember decades later. And that's fair. That's fair, I think. And let's see how fair we can get him off the card. I'm hoping I can just give it a little squeeze and he can just kind of come with me. Just come with me a little bit here, Friar. Anything, Friar? No, Friar. Friar's fighting me. Uh-oh. Yeah, you know I like a clean unboxing, and I don't think we're going to get it here today. Well, maybe. Maybe a little cleanliness. I'm here for that. There it is. There. Oh, yeah. That's pretty clean. That's pretty clean. See you later. Goodbye. About as clean as it gets if you have to fight it a little bit, but there it is. See you later. Goodbye. Knocking things over. Why wouldn't we? We do get a little bit of walking stick, a little bit of a club. Kind of reminds me of, was it Little John? Was that the guy's name? I remember having the Robin Hood figures once upon a time and my mind being blown when I figured out they were Star Wars, a lot of reuse between it. And I actually had the Endor Forest, but I had the Prince of Thieves Robin Hood edition as a little kid. And that's what I used with my Ewoks. And that was the only one I noticed as a little kid. I'm like, wait, I never got the Ewok Village. Now this is it back out. I'm going to pick this up and use it for that. Maybe you did the same thing. But you do got a little stick right here. You can use it as a weapon, use it to walk, do whatever he needs to. Do Friar things if he needs to. Got that with old Friar Ferguson. But now we're into the Friar himself. Looking very interesting. Almost looks like that guy from The Office. Was his name like Kevin or something like that? The guy with the chili? I think that was him. He kind of has that look to him there. Very small, like Laurel and Hardy-esque eyebrows on this guy too. He's got the crazy horseshoe for hair in the back. Very dark and black, looking interesting. Big body stylings on this one. And look at this. I don't know. Oh, we can take it off. I don't think I want to take this off though, but it is a nice robe. Even has a little hood on the back. You got the kind of shoulder things over here on it. He's even got the old-timey rope belt here, looking very nice. A lot of quality in this robe. Got the Velcro in the back. You can take this off, and he just has brown trunks and brown knee pads underneath there. No elbow pads. Nope, no elbow pads, but just a big man's body type. I don't know. I don't know if that's worth taking off. You never know if it'll go back in just the right way there. But I do like the looks of this. He definitely stands out. Has the gripping hand over here for his weapon, Fist of Fury on this side. Head back and forth, of course, side to side. Arms all the way around. Waist articulation, and that's all she wrote. Hastel Toy 2026. Bare feet on him. He's a true Friar with the bare feet going there. Looking pretty good. Let's see, this slide in easily. It looks like it will. Yep, there it is. Look at that. That's a deep cut character. That's one of the deepest cuts I think we've had from a lot of these retro lines. Grapplers and Gimmicks have given us quite a few deep cuts. KWK, a few here and there as well. But pretty darn cool to see stuff like this. As I always say on the channel repeatedly, it's fun. Every character that's been in WCW, WWE, AEW, whatever, the big leagues, it'd be great to have at least one figure. And we did get that right here with Friar Ferguson. Now, I'm not going to set the world on fire. I don't think Mitch over there at Hastel Toys is going to retire off of just this figure. But it is very cool, and it is fun to get deep cuts every once in a while. And that's exactly what Friar Ferguson is. So for what it's worth, pretty darn cool. I don't know what the expectations were, but pretty darn cool if you ask me. But now we turn our attention over to the Booger Man here. And it's time to put a little bit of respect on the name of one Bastion Booger. That's a real deep cut joke. That could have went over a lot of people's heads. But if you're a real one like me, you know about putting respect on the name of Bastion Booger. And if you know the answer, you know where that comes from, put it in the comments down below. There you go. There's old Bastion Booger, looking only like a Bastion Booger could look, but he's on the famed Orange Card series from back in the day. The rumored Orange Card and Bastion Booger flying high again like a young Ozzy Osbourne. With food, like a young Bushwhackers is what it reminds me of. I've got the food there. Never forget that Jakks Class Superstars 2-pack. Orange Card looking good, though, on this one. You got the glamour shot of Bastion Booger with the Booger Bounce. Oh, the Booger. Todd, you're doing those Booger Bounces all the time. You're like that girl that was in my 4th grade class that would pick her nose all the time and wipe it on the chair, and it was disgusting. And we all called her out in class, so that's what she got. It's a long story. We explained it on my podcast once upon a time. It was a long story, Todd. But you're like that, flicking your boogers all over the place, like a young Bastion Booger. We'll do a little Bastion Booger comparison here with Zombie Sailor's version in a little bit. Now, we did get a Jakks Class Superstars version once upon a time as well. So if you're a Booger fan, you've been eating pretty good. No pun intended, hopefully. On the back, there it is, Bastion Booger. Looking good. Todd, you like to eat boogers? Huh? Not me. I can honestly tell you guys here, and I said it on my podcast, I have never eaten a booger. Even when I was the littlest of kids, I never thought that this is something I wanted to eat. I feel like if you start eating your boogers, you're just one step away from eating other things out of your body. Not me. Not me. I can honestly say I've never tried it. Never tried it. My wife, though, she copped up. She said, yeah, I think I have a time or two. I said, you're out of here. Get out of here. You're divorced. Get out of here. But Bastion Booger looking pretty good here. What's it say about our friend Bastion Booger? Mike Shaw become unforgettable to fans as Bastion Booger. I wrote grotesque and intentionally off-putting character designed to get an immediate reaction. With exaggerated mannerisms and a look meant to disgust and unsettle, he leaned fully into the role, committing to the character in a way few performers ever dared. Though polarizing, Bastion Booger remains a memorable example of how far character work could be pushed in wrestling. Shaw's willingness to embrace such an extreme persona cemented the gimmick as a cult-remembered character of his career, chapter of his career, and testament to his dedication as a performer. And I don't think I could tell you any Bastion Booger matches outside of a few jobbers. Did he ever wrestle a named opponent? I can't remember anything off the top of my head. I mean, did he ever go one-on-one with The Undertaker? I don't know, maybe. But he's got the Booger Bounce. We know that much, so watch out for that. That's a feared move, if you ask me. Can I get him out of the package? Can I get it without destroying it everywhere? And we're going to try. We're going to try, but it doesn't look good. It looks like I'm going to have to go in hard. Going to have to go in hard on the booger. We'll go hard on the booger sugar later, Todd. That's what Todd's got on his mind. Oh, I think I found a hole through the back. Oh, the back door always gives some fruits of the labor out of the back door. Bastion Booger. And I believe, if I'm not mistaken, his real first name was Sebastian, and he went Bastion short, like a young Sebastian Bach. See you later, goodbye. See you later, goodbye. Bastion Booger, let's dive into it. Let's dive into the accessories first. He's got a pizza like a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle, and then he's got a chicken. Looks to be a Costco rotisserie chicken. $4.99 is what he has right here. Got a big bite out of both of them, it looks like. And he's a wild man. He's biting out of the side of his piece of pizza. It doesn't go crust first, doesn't go front first. Just goes straight out of the side like an absolute animal. Hey, we're here for it. And he does got pegs in each hand to hold those. Appreciate stuff like that. We've seen other retro companies, I think early days of Cella, where you would just kind of hold on to stuff and it would fall out all the time. These actually plug into the hand. So that's a good move there. I like that idea. And now we got one Bastion Booger, and it looks to be the exact same body as we get with Friar Ferguson. Makes a lot of sense. Get the most out of your molds, and it is the same character, different gimmick, as we know. But Bastion Booger looking good, missing those two front teeth, got the big goatee, got those caterpillar eyebrows, 2 eyes, 2 ears, a nose, and a mouth. Bald head on that one there. Then getting into the body, it's big, it's bulbous. He's got a little bit bigger. It's an interesting body style where the top is a little heavier than the bottom and his like gut hangs over a little bit, but that's kind of true to form. Got the weird gray kind of strapless singlet. I don't know what he's going. He's walking out of a dungeon of some kind. Not sure exactly. He almost reminds me of the Rancor Keeper back there in Star Wars Once Upon a Time. He got 2 splayed out hands with the gloves, the gray gloved hands, so you can hold those. Got gray knee pads, and you got some brown boots going on, white laces, Hassel Toy 2026. Arms all the way around on this one. You do get the waist articulation, head back and forth, side to side. Looking pretty good, looking very grotesque, and I have to imagine if he was made in the Hasbro days, he would have used the Bam Bam Bigelow Typhoon Earthquake style body. I could have seen them using that for Bastion Booger. They do have the sculpted in kind of like hair. It's interesting though, because it's not colored, but you can definitely feel it and see it when you look at it. So I don't know if that needed a little bit of color or not. Either way, it still does look pretty good though. It does look like Bastion Booger. Somebody hands me this, I'm going to know who this is. Now we did get Bastion Booger Once Upon a Time from Zombie Sailor Toys. I don't know. Once again, these are both in the same headspace, same world. They're both representing Hasbro form factor, whatever. But they're just very different. They were very different sides of the scale for them. I don't know. Zombie's got a nice shine to his, but there's something more Hasbro, once again, about grapplers and gimmicks. And it's one of those things. This one feels like if the Hasbro line just kind of carried on. This feels like if it evolved into something else. And that's kind of how I put these figures right there. But both of them are good in their own way, but I think I prefer the grapplers and gimmicks one. Honestly, I like the food. It's extra, I don't know, cartoony kitty. It kind of reminds you of something that might have happened in Hasbro days. I don't know. Maybe it's just me. It's an interesting mix here, and there's something for everybody. Now, will we get a Regime version of this or maybe a Pinnacle version of this? It'd be nice to get a new form factor Bastion Booger so we don't have to use our Jakks Classic one anymore. We'll see if that ends up happening. At the end of the day, it's always tough, though. You got to follow the money, and these figures aren't easy to produce. They're not cheap to produce, and you got to get the return on the investment. And I don't think they're in a break-even business, them being grapplers and gimmicks. They probably don't want to break even. They'd probably want to make some money for all their time and effort. So we'll see where it all ends up going. But very cool to get 2 more Mike Shaw figures. Would love to see Norman the Lunatic. Would love to see Trucker Norm. Hopefully we can get those in the future. We'll see what happens with the Mike Shaw Legacy Collection, something like that. But there it is, Friar Ferguson and Bastion Booger. What's your thoughts on these two? Pickups, passes, long games, no games, not so sure game. Do you have the zombie one? Are you getting this one? What are your thoughts between the two? Let me know in the comments down below. You made it this far. Don't forget to like the video. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. Turn on the old notification bell. We got videos every single day and then some. We got even more content for you on Patreon, YouTube channel memberships. Your best way to support the channel and all the content it does bring. Sir Paul64 on the X, _Kyle_Peterson on Threads, Instagram, TikTok, and TheKylePetersonShow at gmail.com is my email address. Also the name of my podcast, The Kyle Peterson Show, available where podcasts are found with videocast on YouTube. So for Bastion Booger and Friar Ferguson, I'm Kyle. See you guys all real soon.
Are we gonna dance or are we gonna play?
From Rob Halford of Judas Priest.
Step on the red, cross on the green, never take a ride in a stranger's machine, and always make sure you're burning on turbo power.
See you later!